next? Fuck it, I know you're ready. Alright, this next person is a veteran. When I really started traveling and doing things, you know what I'm saying? I was doing a lot of shit in Lafayette. And at the time, he had just left Lafayette, he was a street reporter. He just started a radio show or whatever. And we linked up and we've done a couple things together for a long time or whatever. He has a radio show. He hosts a show out in Lafayette. He do a lot of shit. I can't even tell you. He'll be able to tell you everything he does or whatever. Y'all give it up from New Iberia by way of Lafayette, Louisiana. Y'all give it up for Moose Harris. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up.
Hold this Facebook Live for me, bro. We had like 400 views just based off my Facebook Live. So give it up for yourselves. In reference to this stuff, man. I go by the name of Moose Harris. Like I said, I'm originally from New Iberia. I live in Lafayette now. Like you were saying, just to clear up a couple of things you were saying, I do host a syndicated radio show. Actually, I host 2 of them. My hip hop show is called Urban Flowsaurus, which airs here in Baton Rouge Tuesday nights, WHYR 96.9, 10 p.m. to midnight. And my other show is called The Grapevine. That's that grown folks music, R&B, hip hop, soul, R&B, soul, blues, jazz, that grown folks shit, you know what I'm saying? So syndicated in 12 different countries. So, and you artists, y'all got radio edits and music, holla at your boy. I will spin it. Notice I didn't say nothing about money when I said I'm gonna spin it. Just want to make sure y'all got that. I also got my monthly event called The Track Meets, a producer beat battle artist showcase industry networking party. Every third Thursday of the month at the office, downtown Lafayette. So if we got any producers, DJ Jed the Sloth knows what I'm talking about. He just won our last battle last week. You know what I'm saying? So we got any producers, we got any artists that want to get on for future events, producers that want to battle or may have you, holla at me just the same. We'll get it all in. I got a couple of things right here, a couple of newer things. They're new, I know they're brand new to y'all, they're not so much new for me, but they ain't on album yet. Now I got a couple of old things real quick, so let's get it. I don't even have a title for this first one right here. I call it Autumn Leaves. But you'll find out, you know, a little bit more in the hook what I had. Something nice. With a laid back groove. Something for your body to move. Now look, y'all don't mind me because, you know, I'm a 3-instrument musician. I'm classically and jazz trained vocally. So when I come up on stage, you know, I'm not one of them MCs that just stand still. I enjoy myself, so feel free to join me if y'all want to. You know what I'm saying? Too many artists touch the mic and get headstrong, thinking that it's important just to say that the dick's long. Little Napoleon, you got it all wrong. The only Bonaparte she got was me all week long. It's just a joke that I say in all seriousness. I gloat cause I know what the business is. Gaining a reputation that is hard to salvage. Having a wealthy soul while body living average. I'm not strange, just not normal. And since you're listening to ads, proof in the formal. Moreover, sand over your distress. I'm closer than you think to success. Just a little line shooting. I got your head bobbing, but I got your mind moving. Feeling the dreadlocks cause you're behind grooving. Hitting a soft spot and it sounds so soothing. I need a hook for this bitch. I need a hook for this bitch. I need a hook for this bitch. Somebody please come up with a hook for this bitch. I need a hook for this bitch. You know what? How about epidemic coming up with stewardesses? It covers everything. Cause you see, it's impossible to let the logical create obstacles. Cause diabolicals, they will abolish you. In other words, believe in the big picture. Help yourself to helping others to release stricture. I really can't say that you'll make it through completely water washed in the world view. But the less you pay attention to the ballyhoo, the better chance you can clear up your field of view. Now I've never been a package deal. I'm out the box. That's why my first album is called Unorthodox. And even though I ain't been to Atlanta in a while, the chronicles of my life I can still compile. Chapters, thoughts, lessons learned. My soul reach on after my life adjourns. Cause what we do now in the meantime takes a bigger minute in what we leave behind. Right, I need a hook for this bitch. I need a hook for this bitch. I need a hook for this bitch. Yeah, I'm gonna let the track run. I got one more verse for this. Everything sounded so good. Everything sounded good so far. All right. Just want to make sure, you know, I got the music with the message, you know. Now in your mind, take take your time just to figure me. I'll be so deep you need a shovel just to dig me. Regardless if you want it academic or street, I am complete. When you battle me, it stops you in the time it takes your heart to beat. Pen, pencil, tape, CD, or computer. Riding in my black Buick, using reading the commuter. If 2 G's was God's gift to the flow, I am the box of behold, producing hits for mind, body, and soul. Come and get some. You want it, we got it. It's all fine. And when you get it, stir it deep, let it edge like fine wine. I show up, change your life, and leave like nothing happened. Why you thinking sing my land? People call me Blue Assassin, whether singing or rapping, I'm in the moment every day. You want a little taste, singing royalties to E-Day. And no, I don't play. This is my life to pursue. It's just a small little taste you in, cause you can't do what I do. I need a hook for this bitch. Y'all make some noise for the real hip hop right here, y'all. Yeah, I'm an old head. I graduated high school in the 20th century. I lived in New Orleans before Katrina. I've been working in the Superdomes up here, man, since they had Ricky Williams. I'm an old head, so, you know. So I come up with their flows and flavors here, there, you know. And I try to mix it in, you know, because I help myself through helping others. That's what I do. Let's get to this one. This one right here is called Legend of Me. It's somewhat of a confessional here and there, you know what I'm saying? Let's see if I got the hook on here. What do you got for me? Some people can and bear it, but me, I grind and do it. No time for standing still. Water, procession, fluid. I've got my sandals ready. Lyrical missionary. We may not walk the water, but I'm a drive the ferry. Some people grin and bear it, but me, I grind and do it. No time for standing still. Water's perception fluid. I've got my sandals ready. Lyrical missionary. We may not walk on water, but I'm a drive the ferry. Don't need wavering bridges, burn them out my way. I got wings to fly over, call that elite day. Red Bull power, so when you think I'm in a pickle, got family friends keep me going, that's a tricycle. Get it, tricycle, 3 times the speed of sin. Running last past the test is using my life within. Hearing the vocals and know for you there is still hope. Set your priorities straight and please learn to cope. Secrets of success will not work unless you do. Everything's clarity, that's a see-through. I'm an example of this very exact thing. And MLK poster child, let a freedom ring. Alter my life from the jump, I'm in a mind spring. With my link to the earth, spread word be time to Beijing's. Amateurs built an art, pros built the Titanic. Keep fighting your failures with fire till you're inorganic. Some people get it, but me, I grind it, no time to stand still. I see, I'm from K-Tech, I'm used to swinging out too, you know what I'm saying? So I just dance along down the water, but I'm a driver fish. I searched for God and found only myself. Search for myself, found only God. Proverb of wealth. Keep speaking lyrics till you understand what I say. Helping others, help myself, move up economy. I'm used to this stuff. Look where I came before. A lot of water being up that high-tech corridor. I'm a king with a crown. I'm never falling down. Cause my message means something even after I'm underground. But I'm underground now, so it don't matter. A lyrical time capsule with another chapter. Musical missionary, never just a rapper. Music professional, the legend growing faster. Hustle like it takes a lot on the stage, a man. Having power takes a lot to fade the rage within. So as we chill together, ladies and gentlemen, all aboard set sail, the voyage begins. Some people grin and bear it, but me, I grind and do it. No time for standing still. Recession fluid, I've got my sandals. Yeah, we may not walk on water, but I'm a driver. That's it, there to be there. I can do it. No time to stand still. No time to stand still. I've got my sandals ready. Lyrical missionary. We may not walk on water, but I'm a driver ferry. Sitting at the bottom and bend it down. Sitting at the bottom and bend it down. Sitting at the bottom, I told you I just like having a good time, man. I just already done one. I think this last track right here is a medley of stuff, so I'm gonna take y'all back in time to the discography that goes back all the way to like 2003. You know, back in them UNO days. I'm not going that far back musically, but it takes back. Let's see what we got here. How many remember? Oh, alright. So we're gonna start off in 2010 and work our way to 2017 with this one. I need a little crowd participation. Is everybody right here? Come on, y'all. Clap. Clap. Alright, here we go. I used to write on napkins, these jointed phrases from beyond the world. Now my rhymes happening, but the heart of it is a pearl of wisdom, vision, revision. The time was spent, human imagination, the saturation of my maturation, the spirit. Do you hear it? The algorithm of eternity, eternally present, and professor speaking in voice of present time. You'll find we all go through life riding the rhyme, living from moment to moment. Listen to music, you know who said. I remember the time the universe been. Sky to ground flow, I call it heaven sent. Giving structure regardless if irrelevant on MTV, BET, a clear channel president. Cause while others boomerang, they came and win. We concrete knowledge in a way that's elegant. Cause while others boomerang, we came and went. We concrete knowledge in a way that's elegant. And come on along and listen to you know the flow. You know the flow. It's real. You can listen to cause you got to know the name. Should be a switch here. Yeah. It's gonna stay this way, man. I'm purely unstoppable. Terrain is bad weather needs more than a Doppler. Pouring out liquid soul, adapting to take in control. The THE, know the TAC from the ABD keeps you banking. Instead of sleep, I burn on every minute that I'm waking. Like religion, musician, started my own title. At high school and college co-eds like disciple. Not God though to be, I don't inspire. When your little homies come back, they can't deny you. Yes, sire, he's fire. Saying Moose Harris rocks is like preaching to the choir. If I was Catholic, confession would want it to me. How you acting, motherfuckers, prepare that have something violent happen to you lyrically. You belong in the academy. Never mind, I can win Oscars along with the Grammys. Switch. We getting closer now, we getting closer. We done moved up like 2-3 years just now. This is stuff from my last main project, Musical Centurion 2. It's about 5 years old now. So on a journey around the world, so local hate does not concern me. Unorthodox from the jump, now I know why. My busy box always spins close from the sky. We all want to remember that breaking Beverly. Minus the main still promoting freedom heavily. One more thing for your day to bright. You shut up bliss like it's this Josh Light. And no line to maintain, just an urban flow service. Stop playing childhood games like in the chorus. What? Pretend like you don't see me. You act like you are blind. Artists can't see. You need not show a sign. Alright, I got one more coming up. One more. This is gonna be my last one. I'm gonna get out of the way. Cause I used this weekend. This weekend when I was in Pensacola and Friday. Then I was in Lafayette earlier today in Baton Rouge. That's my first 3 performances of this year. I just realized that. I've been doing all this radio stuff and all this stuff. So I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me as I get my artist performance 2017 going. Better late than never, you know what I'm saying? It's getting kinda dark in here. It's kinda lighting up the atmosphere. It's getting kinda dark in here. It's time to lighten up the atmosphere. Oh yeah. It's kinda dark in here. Lighten up the atmosphere. Oh yeah. It's kinda dark in here. Lighten up the atmosphere. I'll bring some back in a minute. Hold on. Clearer than the eye can see. What make the world go around my knee? This one I'm stuck into the opportunity. Is a sub, is a way to vote. Others from you and me can't let y'all don't do nothing stupid or right. Emotions sit fluid. Give an idea that's perfectly suited. 9 them up, but Rubik's Cubic. Now what makes me think I'm much harder? When my time was really important. Faith in God, he'll lead the way. Live for family all day. Show them there's another way. Don't hang up in the rules, needs to change. Speak the truth in face sounds strange. Let me translate it and put it in rain. How about the name of Moose Harris, y'all? Represent that B-Town. Knew I do it, Louisiana. And Moose _ Harris on all social media, you know what I'm saying? And Urban Flow Stars is Urban, and then FLOSARUS. Holla at me. I'm out.
Let's see, I get up for loose ass, bro. Give it up, give it up, give it up. Y'all niggas ain't scatting like that. Niggas scatting with the, turn it into a turntable on y'all asses. Yeah, alright. I can do that shit. Alright, so, before I bring the next person up, I have an announcement I need y'all to hear. So first and foremost,